of the Crystal Advent Calendar unboxing. So, as usual, we got two boxes and a reference material. So, first, let's start with one of the crystals. And where are you? Okay. And today's crystal is blue adventuring. Aventurine basically comes like in three colors: blue, green, and red, with green being the most common. And I probably have tucked away in corners all over my office a ton of green aventurine. I don't have a lot of the blue. Okay. So, like all blue stones, it has to do with some form of communications. So, in the case of blue aventurine, it probably would be, at least according to healing crystals, um, calm. All right. I would say when you can't get things out because maybe you're being just a touch irrational, it might help calm you down to get your thoughts out so that you are a little clearer in your communication. So that's how I would interpret blue adventuring. Again, this is polished too. Okay. The book, Crystal Healing for Animals. I really like this book. So that when I first started becoming involved in crystals, it was a course with my own animals. So I would use the suggestions in here for working with my own personal animals. And then as I moved into like pet grooming clients, it's a great reference book. So if you're going to work with animals, it's a good book. All right. Because it will also talk about which ones you got to be really careful around. And so, on that note, crystals you need to be careful with around animals. First one is selenite, because selenite is really a salt, and and when it breaks, it slivers like almost like glass. Because it has a salty taste to it, animals are kind of attracted to it, which can cause some problems. The other one, which is also a really great stone for animals, is malachite. All right. But malachite contains heavy metal. So those pets that like to lick the stones or the rock eaters, you want to be really careful because that heavy metal is copper and they can ingest it. That can be a problem. So we got number 9 here. Then we have, let's see, fancy agate. Okay. Now you can always tell an agate, or most of the time you can tell an agate, it has bands in it. All right. That's like the telltale sign of an agate. Um, and this one here is in the shape of an arrowhead. Okay. The thing with agates are good for some sort of perception. So I'm going to choose an agate based on what it is I think I need a little more perception on. So the two that are actually sitting in my pocket right now, this one is fire agate, and you can really see the bands in there. Okay. So for this one, the reason I have this in my pocket, and I've had this in my pocket since September. Okay. And I picked it up at a crystal shop in near Groom Expo in Hummelstown. Okay. So for me, this is sort of like lighting a fire. It's a very grounding stone, yet it is also a stone not only of grounding, but of ideas. Okay. This one, which is a little harder to see the bands in here. Okay. This is moss agate. All right. So a green stone, stone of growth. Okay. So I like these two in combination. Okay. So ideas and growth around them. And I'm just going to say for next year, 2024, there's a lot of changes that are going to be in my career. And so things are like formulating and percolating now, and we'll just see kind of where they go. Anywho, see you tomorrow with day 10.